In the epic saga of smartphone evolution, we've scaled some truly daunting peaks, dodging cosmic radiation belts, taming unruly Wi-Fi signals, wrangling rogue millimeter waves, deciphering arcane regulatory dialects, and even surviving my disastrous Mars landing attempt. Yet today, we stand at a new summit, an insurmountable wall of thermodynamics. Isn't the hottest selling handset also the most powerful? Yeah, but Silicon Taurus ain't built for summer. First up, sustained GFX BENCH Manhattan, 3.1 runs, show frame rate drops shrink from 28% to just 3% versus a stock phone. That's a 90% improvement. Next, a 40-minute 4K 60 HDR shoot that once triggered a thermal shutdown now cruises with headroom to spare. Finally, battery temps during 27W MagSafe charging drop by 6 degrees, meaning less lithium, stress, and fewer breaths. The hack's brilliance lies in synergy. Graphite spreads heat laterally so no single point roasts. PCM cap spikes so the spreader isn't overwhelmed. Copper fins whisk everything into ambient air. And MagSafe keeps the assembly modular. Snap it off for pocket carry, snap it on for heavy sessions. Now brace for crossover perks. CoolerCore TEPs let iOS hold a 17 Pro's high-performance cores longer. Slicing export times and loop. Camera ISP retains maximum noise reduction throughput, so night portraits lose grain halos. 5G radio stays full throttle in Stadia crowds because thermal gating no longer forces low power fall, and battery aging graphs flatten, granting up to 2 extra percentage points of health after a year small. But gold level for power users. Better yet, the hack is reversible and warranty friendly. Graphite film peels with zero residue. PCM pads sit under a restyleable mesh, and MagSafe accessories are born to swap. But what about safety? Graphite might short electrics. False paralytic graphite is non-conductive across phone school volt. PCM leaks. Modern microcapsules are sealed in polymer spheres, thinner than hair. Magnets mess with compass. Apple calibrates for MagSafe fields and copper fins direct flux, so the magnetometer reads true. Price under $30 if you shop smart. Weight penalty, 10 grams less than a stainless steel watch link. Aesthetic trade-off. The graphite looks stealth ninja. Copper fins radiate subtle cyberpunk vibes. And energy. Passive, no battery drain, no worry motors, just physics. Future-proof. As Apple marches toward stacked old engines. Ray-traced AA, on-device GPT-5 style LL-MIS, and 8-element periscope lenses, thermal ceilings will only loom larger. This DIY mod scales. Double the graphite layers. Swap copper for vapor chamber pucks. Integrate tiny graphene foam spacers to boost convection. Each iteration buys more joules of thermal slack. Accessory makers are already riffing. Magnetic ice shields with sapphire crystal cold plates, nanotube embedded clip-on cases that partner with your graphite sheet, and Peltier boost pucks that actively chill the copper slug using phone-fed power at a miserly 2 watts. Regulations even tilt in your favor. The EU's right to repair laws encourage user-serviceable upgrades, and Apple's self-service repair site now sells genuine rear glass seals so you can re-waterproof after months. Imagine a cottage industry of aesthetic heat spreaders, iridescent graphene art skins that both cool and look killer on TikTok, fueled by creators like you who refuse to accept thermal throttling as destiny. Most important, this hack levels the playing field. You no longer need a $3,000 computer rig to run Blender or splice Dolby Vision highlights. You can grade ProRes, stream Twitch, crunch stable diffusion images, and FaceTime in 4K from a city rooftop without the dreaded overheat warning. It's the democratization of pocket thermodynamics. The final piece that lets silicon sprint unchained. So grab a graphite sheet, snag those PCM pads, slap on a copper MagSafe fin, and stay frosty, because the only thing hotter than the midsummer sun will be the envy in the eyes of every iPhone around you as your handset glides cool and unstoppable. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 6.5 today. State-of-the-art chipsets are thermal throttling at temperatures below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's room temp in an Arizona July. So why does my iPhone feel like a scalding skillet after 10 minutes of Pokemon? 2 reasons. 1. Modern chips pack way more transistors, meaning more heat. 2. Mobile apps have ballooned from simple utilities to performance hogs, throwing sustained loads at the Take a walk in the park, your GPS and accelerometer run full tilt. Snap a pic. The ISP cranks up noise reduction and computation. Press record. The video encoder pushes bitrates to the max. All that muscle raises temps, forcing Apple's turbo system to yank clock speeds and power until things cool off. The result? Stutters and otherwise, buttery 60 FPS, ProRes footage. Dimness when you pan for brighter scenes, and worst of all, fried battery chemistry. Your once flagship performer turns sluggish and crusty before your carrier contract ends. But fear not, intrepid viewer. We've discovered a solution so simple, wallet-friendly, and effective that it could rewrite the rules of mobile computing forever. An extreme upgrade for regular folks, a breakthrough for content creators and pro users, and an absolute bane to big tech's thermal gatekeepers. A DIY fusion of graphite, phase change magic, and MagSafe wizardry. Here's how it works, how we tested it, and how you can deploy the coolest hack the mobile world has ever seen. Here's the brutal truth. Modern smartphones aren't dying, they're overheating. But wait, rewind. Step 1. Stop scrolling, and picture this. You're live streaming a 3-hour Fortnite marathon on a scorching August afternoon. 5G bands blazing, screen locked at 120 Hz, a Series GPU punching out ray-traced shadows. And suddenly, the iPhone that usually morphs into a sizzling pocket skillet feels shockingly cool, almost refrigerator crisp, because you just deployed the wildest wallet-friendly thermodynamic hack the mobile world has ever seen. A do-it-yourself fusion of graphite phase change, magic, and MagSafe wizardry. So simple, you can slap it on in under 10 minutes, yet so effective it drops. Sustained silicon temps by up to 10 degrees Celsius, unlocks clock speeds. Your phone's firmware rarely lets you sniff and stretches battery health like yoga for lithium cells. The story begins with a universal pain point. Modern smartphone performance is no longer limited by transistors, but by heat. That sneaky nemesis that forces Apple's turbo system to yank CPU and GPU frequencies every time core temps creep past high 90s, instantly turning buttery 60 FPS pours footage into stuttering slideshow, dialing down camera brightness, and worst of all, prematurely frying battery chemistry, so your once top-tier handset feels crusty before your carrier contract even matures. Traditional solutions range from chunky, clip-on fans that make your phone look like a sci-fi bug-to-water block, Frankenmods that void warranties faster than you can say app. But this hack, it harnesses 3 game-changing insights. 1. Graphite is the new gold for passive heat spreading. 2. Phase change pads borrowed from aerospace can shoulder thermal spikes like a sponge soaks water. And 3. MagSafe ISNT, just for charger sit. A modular rail that can ferry heat to an external sink as easily as it funnels power, provided you know how to tame magnetic flux paths. Step 1. Snag a sheet of ultra-thin pyrolytic graphite. Film cheap on electronics. Supply sites know, thicker than a playing card, yet boasting thermal conductivity north of 1,500 W per meter K. Far eclipsing aluminum. Trim it to the footprint of your iPhone's rear glass, leaving cutouts for cameras, flash, and lighter. Then gingerly peel and stick the graphite like a second skin, ensuring the silky black layer kisses as much surface area as possible without air bubbles. Instantly, UV created a conductive runway that sucks hotspots off the acer and spreads them across the entire back, dropping peak core tang by 2 to 4 degrees on its own. But we're not stopping there. Step 2 adds phase change firepower. Take a set of PCM pads, tiny heat sponges that melt at 42 degrees Celsius and laminate them atop the graphite, forming a thermal sandwich. When your chipset spikes, the PCM melts, absorbing latent heat without pushing temps higher, then resolidifies once the workload eases, ready for another round, just like an ice cube that never drips. Step 3 unleashes MagSafe's hidden potential. Grab a slim magnetic cooling puck, the kind MARKETED for gaming. PhoneSpot, the plastic shell. Swap its stock aluminum plate for a finned copper slug that you pre-coated with thermal adhesive. Snap it onto the back of your iPhone, so its magnets clamp through the graphite sandwich and the copper fins now act as an external heatsink, drawing energy out of the phone through the graphite highway and PCM buffer, where desk fans or even natural convection carry it away. Let's dive into our tests, shall we? We've got 3 key metrics: sustained performance, thermal shutdown, resilience, and battery longevity.